It's not a secret anymore that the Germans built thousands of nuclear fallout shelters during the World War II. Nowadays you can visit a lot of them and learn about their history. But I wanted more than a guided tour. So I found WW2 Bunker in Brno, Czech Republic, a former bomb shelter in which you can actually spend the night. So I booked a couple of nights here and I took the train to Brno, which is the second largest city in Czechia, after Prague of course. Is it going to be as good as it sounds? Does sleeping in a bunker for a couple of nights even sound good? If you're curious to see how it was, feel free to join me. I'll show you my room, which was more like a prison cell, but whatever. I'll show you the cafeteria, the breakfast I had. We will check the museum together. You'll see a lot of communist looking things, and of course, I'll give you my completely honest opinion throughout the video, plus the final conclusion towards the end. Alright, let me first show you where I'm gonna spend the next night. This is the room tour. First aid kit. It's probably empty, but it's definitely one of the old ones. A map of the area. A boiler, I guess. I don't know. Check this creepy sound. Alright, an old radio. And another one, and some magazines, and some small books. I put some of my stuff in there, doesn't matter. And yeah, this is the bed. I have a winter hat in case it's getting really cold. And some of my prison clothes. I know it's a bunker, not a prison, but I don't know. Kind of has this feeling because look at my room. Look at the bed. The beds are original. They're like, I don't know, 70 years old. Look at this metal structure. And a not so thick mattress. This is like an army sleeping bag. But you get a towel and a pillow, I guess. Okay, I'm not sure I'm going to be using this. And vessel here, which is a lamp, an old telephone. And yeah, in case you want to go out and you're not sure it's safe, you have a gas mask. Coat hangers. This is it. This is my room. This is my cell, I would like to say. This is the first night. So, I don't know how well I'm gonna sleep here, but it doesn't really matter. It's all about the experience, obviously. I don't get these people who come to sleep in a bunker. And you can check nowadays on the internet how it looks like. You can check images and stuff. And then they give it a, a bad review and a bad rating because for some reason they're expecting 4 or 5 stars hotel. It's a bunker. But we're gonna be talking about these reviews later in the video. Now I'm gonna go to bed, and I'll see you in the morning. Maybe I wake up for breakfast. Even if I don't, I'll wake up anyway and let you know how my first night was. Alright, so see you tomorrow. Good night. Good morning. My alarm just rang. It's about 8:35, 8:40. It's funny because works right now because of my flashlight, but otherwise it's pitch dark. It doesn't matter what time of day it is. It can be noon or midnight. Here in the bomb shelter, obviously it looks the same. Alright, let's see if we can get some breakfast. But first I'm gonna go brush my teeth and show you the showers and the bathroom and everything. Alright, see you in a bit. Okay, so here you can brush your teeth and even a small mirror so you can see yourself. Then, yeah, some shower cabins. Okay, maybe this looks a bit like a horror movie. But, yeah, it's a bomb shelter. Don't forget that. Old stuff. And here we have actually a pretty modern toilet with nice fresh toilet paper. Here and above there, some reserves. Okay, probably not on purpose. Clean. I don't know what were you expecting, but I think it's pretty nice. You take a shower in style here. Well, I have to admit, Indian breakfast was quite nice. When I first saw it, I thought to myself, okay, I'm just gonna have a tea, and most likely I'll miss breakfast tomorrow because it's probably not worth it. But yeah, I'd like to admit I was wrong. It's really good. And this room is really nice. Like that's another room. It's a double room here. Really nice. Maybe next time I should take a double room. This one looks pretty good too. Wow. Bunk bed. I'm really happy that I got to see some other rooms as well, because from the beginning I was dreaming, man, if I meet some other guys, in the hostel, maybe ask them, hey, can I come to your room and check it? Well, it didn't happen yesterday, but it happened today. Not exactly like I told you. I didn't meet anyone, I didn't make new friends here, but most of the rooms were empty because most of the people only booked for one night. So after the breakfast, I got to check a couple of rooms, like a double room and some rooms with 6 beds, and yeah, really spectacular. Of course, they're bigger than mine. Yeah, that's the thing, when you travel alone and you only book a single room, of course it's gonna be smaller. But I have to admit, I really got used to my room too. Love it. But it has to be an experience to stay in one of these more spacious rooms. So if you travel with your partner or in a group of friends, yeah, you can have a very spacious room with a lot of communist, ex-Soviet stuff there. Really pretty. I'm gonna leave my room now again, and let's make a tour of the museum. Hopefully there are not so many people around so I can show you some stuff. WW2 Bunker was built by the Germans in the 1940s and served, as the name says, as a nuclear fallout shelter. After the war, it was used as a wine cellar, but only for a couple of years, and then it was taken over by the communist government, by the People's Army, and it was supposed to be a top secret hideout in case of a nuclear war. Under the communist regime, the bunker was intended for only a few chosen ones, like the local government elite. It was capable of housing up to 500 people for 3 days. Now it's a hostel, a very different kind, to say the least. So you too, no matter your status, can be one of the chosen ones, if you pay for a night or two. The bunk beds are still the original ones. The telephones you see are also more than half a century old. And how much does this cost? Around 20 up to 30 euros a night, depending on the room you choose and also the season. In case of a nuclear war, the accommodation is provided for free. Let's all hope this will never be the case though. The temperature inside is rather constant, between 15 and 17 Celsius. So if you decide to sleep here or even just visit, make sure you bring some warm clothes, even if it's a cruel summer outside with almost 40 degrees. The museum tour includes the technical part of the shelter, like the diesel unit, the filter room, but also many books and old newspaper articles. It's probably especially entertaining if you speak any Czech. You'll also pass a collection of gas masks, helmets, and old military NBC suits, and many other bizarre old things, like tape recorders and other surveillance technology. If you're passionate about old communist stuff, then this is definitely for you. The exhibition also shows the doors to the death cells from a former Brno prison, with messages left by those sentenced to death. Pretty creepy, but interesting nevertheless. There are so many rooms and quite a lot of interesting sites. I heard you can book a guided tour as well. I haven't done that as it was only provided in Czech language and I kind of wanted to be alone while exploring. But the staff spoke very good English, so I'm sure they could arrange a special tour for you if you showed interest. Gifts for free. It's actually really cool stuff, you know. Czech glasses, some Czech old mugs. I don't know if you can see it very well. So, I don't know. A lot of retro stuff. It was really fun, really interesting, and I still have one night to sleep here. Honestly, I was very fascinated when I found this, and before my first night I thought, maybe I should have only booked one night, would have been enough. But honestly, I don't regret having booked more, because it's a lot of fun, and with every hour, with every day, I love it more. And another advantage if you book here is that you can tour these places whenever you want. I mean, during the night you can still roam around in this eerie atmosphere. Sometimes I feel like, you know, I hear that X-Files song. It's really nice, and it's an experience. You don't get to live in a bunker, in a bomb shelter every day, and I know it's a very touristic thing to do. I was speaking to some guys I met here in Brno, and they said they've never been here because for them it's just a very touristical thing to do. But it's interesting. It's not one of those, you know, Dracula lands that they were planning to do in Sigishwara in Transylvania, or, you know, this really cheesy stuff. It's actually a piece of history turned into a museum, and not, you know, let's make a museum out of nothing and pretend it's old. It's the real thing, and it's really worth coming here, at least to visit the museum. But if you're accommodated here, you have more chances to, you know, make more rounds and see it when there are not so many people around, which can add to the atmosphere. If you're unlucky and you come here on a tour with 3-4 people and there are 10-15 others that want to tour at the same time, you may have a bad time. I don't know. I thought I was holding my arm here on a table, but no, it's actually a retro TV. Not to say that I got to serve breakfast in this room. It's pretty amazing. I kind of feel like in a train, probably because I'm crazy about trains, but it has this feeling, you know, when you travel somewhere by train and you go to the restaurant wagon, and it's always so lovely, or most of the times at least, and you feel like in a movie. I kind of feel like in a movie right now. It's really pretty. So yeah, touristy or not, or made just for tourists, I don't know, I really enjoyed it, and it's definitely an experience, but I already said that several times probably. Walking around here completely alone. It's after hours basically. They closed the museum already. Yeah, I'm literally the only person here. This adds to the atmosphere too. I promised you earlier that we're gonna go through a couple of internet reviews. This is gonna be the fun part of the video. Let's start with one of my favorites. This guy says, I am disappointed. 4 stars hotel. No places where I can put the towels. In the bathroom, no mirror. How can I shower, I guess? Clean is okay and breakfast also. Still, he doesn't recommend the hotel. Well, I'm just gonna ask this. How in the hell did you think this was a 4-star hotel? I suppose I'd be disappointed too if I thought I'd get a 4-star hotel but found an underground bunker instead. Then we have this one. Probably a family who was happy to find a cheap accommodation in the city center. What would you want more, right? But wait, the kids were afraid when they entered the room. Oh well, maybe it's not really a place for kids, how about that? At least not for the whiny kids, that's for sure. Alright, this is the third rather funny review. This guy was on a business trip and wanted to sleep and get ready for the next day's meetings. Great choice, mate. I too, when I travel for business purposes and have an important meeting the next day, choose an old bomb shelter to sleep in. Why not? They were even nice enough to offer a refund? I take it the business doesn't go so well for this guy, since he wanted the 20 quid back. And finally, a great comment. Someone who actually gets it. I can't say I liked it, but it was an exceptional experience, he says, and ends up giving it a 10 out of 10. That's about it. It's a love-hate relationship we have here. Of course, it's not going to be extremely comfortable, and yes, the rooms look like old prison cells, I guess, and maybe you're not going to see the newest generation shower or toilet, but do your homework before you book, and you'll probably be satisfied. Exploring the rest of the hotel. My room is pretty close to the entrance, so I wanted to check how the rest looks like. Well, it's rather similar, but this way you get an image of how vast. Whoa. How vast this, how large this place is. Okay. I have a feeling I'm not supposed to be there. Wow, this is never ending. I really feel like an episode of the X-Files. I sent a short video to a friend of mine, and he said it's like a mission in Call of Duty. I don't think I ever played Call of Duty, but yeah, well, probably it is. Some more showers, toilets, even more around here. I think that was it with the tour. So, what do you think? Leave me a comment. Would you come visit the museum at least? Would you sleep in the bunker for 1 or 2 nights? Okay. Did you like the video? Let me know. I love getting comments from you guys. Let me know if you enjoyed this one. I certainly did. I don't know how the video is gonna look like, but I really love this place.